Alright, we live?
We sure are.
Alright, sweet. Alright, hello everybody, I'm Chuck Grody, and this is King's Quest Mask of Eternity, the black sheep of the King's Quest family of games. Um, you're in for some fun. I've actually already done this for a different marathon today, and here's the second round. Uh, hoping it goes well. Can't promise anything. This game's extremely glitchy, buggy, etc., etc. So, you're gonna see a lot of different stuff, a lot of glitches, a lot of funs, a lot of laughs. And without further ado, let's start it in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh sweet, my time without load's working. Anyways, this is an action-adventure 3D platformer with RPG elements splashed on top. A lot of the tech in this game, in this run, is going to be wall clipping, sequence breaking, memes and laughs. Needless to say, it's a fantastic game. The first thing I'm going to do as Connor, this is Connor, we're in the realm of land of Daventry. If you ever played a King's Quest game before, you're like, oh, Daventry, huh? Must be the same place all the other games take place. Nah, not really. So the first thing we did was go over to this mausoleum right here, clip into the wall, and see this like shadowy thing there, and just kind of go right past it, and that's that. And pretty much just have to go over here to Castle Daventry next, grab 3 items that we need. One is a thing of torch ashes. Another thing is a cast sacred flame from a church. That's just an actual candle. And another thing is a ring from a dead hero. We're going to be getting all 3 of those items. Hopefully without me having to load any saves from messing up strats. Because there's a couple things in this particular part of the game that are a little iffy. And yeah. So we're just going to go over here, go clip in through that wall, and come over.
This must be Castle Daventry,
as he says.
now to find the king.
I should mention, I could explain how that wall clipping works. The game, when Connor takes a running or even a normal step, at the end of his gait, he can sometimes inch to the right, and what we do to manipulate that is do that you can go through walls, and if you go in and out of first person, it just keeps repeating the last sort of move that he does. So you get up to a wall, keep hitting F2, and eventually he'll go through the wall. Also, the game just froze for a second. That's scary. Fine. So part of the reason why I submitted this game to Trashathon, aside from someone in the King's Quest Discord just saying do it, I was like, okay, is this game is not very stable. Even when it was first released, before I don't even think there was any patches for this game, to be quite honest with you. There might be, I forget. Is that it just crashes and crashes, and it was actually quite advanced for its time, and a lot of people's computers could not run it well. If you look at it for the time in 1998, it's a pretty good looking game. However, it is a buggy mess, and more than just the glitches. So I'm actually going to go out of order something here. I'm supposed to do this during a conversation we're about to have with a wizard, but I'm going to do it right now because it's a potential of wasting some time, and I don't want to waste anybody's time. So I'm going to make a quick save right here, and okay, cool. Did it. Almost. There we go. So anyways, you're supposed to do this series of things to get this rope a hook while stopping this wheel. Forget that. We just backflip on top of a door, clip into the wall, which bumps us up a little bit, and then we clip into after grabbing the rope hook, and we're on our sweet way. So that makes it a little bit easier. It's to ensure marathon luck, because I did that earlier and a lot of bad things happened. But anyways, we're going to talk to this guy who's a wizard, half stoned, and we're going to talk to him and interrupt him, walk away, run, take a jump, click on him as we do that, save the game, go down, load the game, it decides to keep loading.
Hello?
He's going to start
Hello
talking to
there.
us. We're going to talk to him in this. We're going to show him our torch ashes that we just stole from Castle Daventry. And suddenly, we can continue our conversation. So this is what is known as the wizard glitch.
Tell me, good wizard, what was the tempest's nature?
And what that does is that normally you'd be stuck talking to him, and then like you saw when I first talked to him and got out of range of him, he would say that one line. Then you talk to him and he'd be like, "Oh, thank you for joining, coming back and talking to me again," essentially, as I was saying, and then continue the conversation. So by doing that, we can continue that conversation uninhibited and keep walking everywhere. It's great. It's an important thing as well. It's more one reason why I got the rope and hook so early was because if you have to get out of range of him while Connor's talking, otherwise the conversation will just stop. I'll stick on whatever was the last line that he said and just sit there. So it's very important to time all these things. It's a lot of really quick execution. That earlier I jumped off of this at the wrong place and Connor literally face planted in the ground and died. So we're not going to do that again. They say you learn from experience. So the reason why you want to go over there and get the rope and book and all that is because, well, I'll just show you right now.
Where do I begin?
At the end of the conversation, you get teleported right back over to the wizard. So it's like a time limit. You have to go and grab the extra MacGuffins that you need to be able to get out of to finish this part of the game. And here he goes giving us the magic map.
I am grateful, sir. My destiny is clear. I shall prevail.
So then we have a second conversation with him where he literally just talks to us and spouts out exposition.
But upon entering it, have encountered a foul beast of darkness.
To kind of talk more about this game, it's not exactly like the other King's Quest games. There's 7 others, official others in the series, and the adventures, former other, that being kind of a catch-all adventure game. This one deviated by mixing adventure with, like I said, 3D platforming, a la Tomb Raider, and RPG elements splashed on top. Because believe it or not, I am getting experience. There is health and mana, and it's all very like the most typical stuff that you can expect.
Aye, Sir Wizard.
It
will be done.
kind of works, ish, maybe, sort of. Not really as well as previous games. It's all going off of the coattails of like King's Quest VII, which was tried to adopt a where they tried to adopt a. I just gotta look at the just gotta look at the layout. That's excellent. The code did when they try to adopt this Disney style and really make it like that, and they messed up everything, the funding, and had to outsource their animation studio, and the animations get really wonky towards the end. That's a, you can call it trash or not. I don't like this game. But yeah, this one just really, it fell apart. Jarrett went under, got bought out by Vivendi. Berta freaking retired and went on a boat with Ken, and that was the end of that. That was the end of Classic Sierra. So anyways, enough of that. We got our ring that we stole from the crypt, and that was imbued with magical firepower, so we can get past that shadowy figure that we saw at the beginning of the game. I'm running into a wall. Where the heck am I? There we are. And yeah, so now we're gonna get that as we go into the Ocean of Death. So normally what you do when you see this is that Connor comes in through here to this portal, sees the Shadowbane, the Shadowbane chases him out, and then he's like, oh no, what was that thing? And that sets up the series of, oh, I have to go talk to the wizard, get the MacGuffins, give it to him, get the magical thing, and literally blast
The
the
magical
Shadow
rite
Maiden to
works.
pieces.
The monster is dispelled. I have passed through.
So,
'Tis the dimension of death.
the Dimension of Death. This is actually the largest part of the game. Ironically, the second area in the game. However, for the speed run, is actually the shortest part. That's because we can break the sequence completely. Like this beginning area right here is huge. Anyways, so I jumped over the side of the wall right there because if you walk forward, you trigger a cutscene where you talk to two skeletons and they try to attack them. So we go over there, let that skeleton right there scratch our back with a sword, grab him and his friend, backflip over by this gate, and then literally hop right over the top of it. What a run! Hell yeah, it is something. So after that, we're done. We pretty much just had to run over here. The reason why I say that this is the largest area of the game is that the exit is blocked by the river Styx. It's just this big poisonous death river right here, where if you touch it, you die. And just like in folklore, you know, you get across the river Styx, you need to have a ferryman ferry you over it. Well, I mean, look at this. Look at this man's horizontal leap. You don't think he could clear that? Well, I just proved it. He can. The reason why that is because the triggered death in there is actually quite far into or past the shore. So you literally run to the edge of that, and my visual cue is those Punisher symbols that were spouting that out. I wait till they're just about off the screen, and then I jump. And Connor makes it. So that's how you skip the largest part of the game, right there. And the next place we go to is the swamp.
Where am I now? A swamp?
So from the swamp, you start hopping through the swamp. Normally, if you saw it right there, jump in the swamp. It's just this crappy little walk right there because you're stuck in deep water. There's randomly like shallow areas, and they're not exactly. Oh, I forgot something, and that's not good because I can't keep going. So I'm gonna need to load a save. Sorry, everybody. There were some mushrooms I was supposed to pick up. They're healing items, and I completely just blanked on them. So, sorry.
Where am I now?
There we go.
A swamp?
So we're in the swamp. And now we have mushrooms. I need the mushrooms because of this next area right here is a... You need to heal yourself to get through it. So there's this poisonous water over here that drains your health, and to survive it, you just need to quaff or chomp on some mushrooms, some magic mushrooms, and travel on over here while the monsters chase you. Unforgivable. I know, I'm a horrible runner. Sue me. Send all inquiries to my Twitch chat. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna have to climb these two walls, acting like Batman, doing all that stuff. And we're up to another sequence break where we go up to this door that has this big old black hand right here, and we're going to clip into it. Same pattern here with a lot of these strats. Once you're into it, my visual cue for when I'm into it is when I see the side of the doorway start moving in. I'm really on that jump, no big deal. And then we're gonna go over here, past these skipping stones or stepping stones, and grab this golden chalice, or not chalice. I'm calling it a chalice. Ladle. And then we're gonna click on it, which will trigger this cutscene that just boops us outside and overflows our EXP. Aha. So then we're gonna get over here, and for marathon luck, I'm gonna make yet another quick save. Because I'm going to do a damage cancel. Connor, unfortunately, if he falls from any height that isn't like a foot, he just immediately dies. And when he does that, well, not good for the marathon or speedrun, so the way that we get around that is when I'm dropping, I equip and unequip, or I equip my weapon, or conversely unequip it, and that gives Connor some um, needed iframes to survive it. So we're gonna go over here to this structure, tank some poison water. There's some lady over there, like a frog lady thing.
Not me, witch. You.
I guess she's a witch. We're gonna take our golden chalice or golden ladle and use it on this cauldron that's on the other side of the wall. And the way that works is there's manual camera buttons that can move it up and down, and left and right. And there's a modifier button that you need to be able to use those two buttons to swap between that and that. And what you do is you move you go up to that thing that's there, move the camera all the way to the left. It's the modifier button. Hit page down, which moves to the left. It boops it just far enough into the wall that you can use the ladle right through the wall on the item or the cauldron over there. And that purifies the swamp and summons King Mudge here.
I understand you slew the vile witch.
Yeah,
I did, sire.
I have.
How wonderful.
I did it.
I couldn't tolerate that old
I'm not lying.
lady, especially after she poisoned our lovely swamp. But now, because of you, our water is pure once more. I wish to express
Thought Walls and Oblivion were suggestions.
gratitude, Sir Champion.
I mean, they could have probably coded this game on the Game Rio.
Pray,
So
can you give me counsel on...
Stay. We must quickly devise your exit. Now, champion, behold the portal to the underground realm of the gnomes.
I love King Mudge's voice. This game is no stranger to the late 90s cheesy voices.
Where are you going?
So after King Mudge says his thing and we are talking to him through a concrete wall, jump into the wall right there because Connor kind of gets stuck in place. And jump up here past these arrow traps. That thing is also very scary. Look at this. Oof. Don't want to go in there. And go over here towards this whirlpool. Kind of line it up and jump. You may have noticed right there that you kind of hear that sound is the sound that Connor makes when he dies. But since we hit the trigger to go to the next area at the same time, it negates his death. So, lucky us. And now we're at the underground realm of the gnomes. This place stinks.
This must be the realm of the gnomes.
Yeah. So, I said that this is an action 3D platform. Well, we're about to get the platforming part right here. Full force. So the first thing we do is, of course, clip into a wall, which allows us to get on top of the tunnels, that is the underground realm of the gnomes. You're supposed to be inside of these places, of course, or inside of this. It's all good though. You also can't see more than like 2 feet in front of you. It's cool. I know where to go. I'm not afraid of the dark. So, anyways, we gotta go over to a specific area. There's this area right here. It's extremely dark. Yeah. So we gotta go over to this wall right here, and I need to clip into the wall once, twice, and I'm gonna make another quick save because this is very harrowing. Essentially, what I need to do is walk into one wall on the inside of a wall, as well as... Oh, that was scary. Okay, I think I'm good from here. I need to walk kind of inside the wall and outside of it, and there's these like sconces right here that can block me physically, and it's all kind of scary. So, sake of the marathon, I'm not doing no YOLO strats. There's also a cutscene involving this like old gnome guy that can turn young again if I get too close to like between these two sconces right here, and we don't want that. That'll waste time, and it kind of messes me up. So basically, gotta inch our way in, inch our way out. And Connor, unfortunately, God bless him, he doesn't like to walk forward. So once I'm at the wall, uh-oh.
I cannot see
Uh-oh.
my opponent.
I cannot see my opponent, and I fell off the cliff. Ah. Sorry, guys. I should have made another save. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I cannot
So
see my
yeah, like I said, this is really, really, really sensitive. And if I'm not just on it, I basically get screwed. Yeah, contrivance. This is amazing, yeah. It always goes so poorly too, let me put it that way. Generally pretty good at this game, believe it or not. It's just such a very sensitive run. So, yeah. Alright, get it done right. Worst comes to worst, I can always just trigger the cutscene. Save. Shall we? Try not to go over estimate too far since boys here at Trashathon are kind of behind, but make it work. So I need to clip into the wall, and my visual cue for this, because it's pretty hard to really keep onto it, is to make sure I turn Connor completely 90 degrees to the left, I think, or to the right, and watch the mini map.
'Tis too dark. I cannot see.
Once I can tell that he's far enough in, we're okay. Just like that. So, anyways, that's that. We got the primary item we need to get out of the underground realm of the Gnomes. Now we just need to evade these flying manta rays that shoot lightning out of their tails, and give the MacGuffin to the NPC. How you play this game? Go through things. Exploit that it's an early 3D game. As you seem to do with a lot of stuff. So after that Indiana Jones boulder puzzle, go over to this rock elemental guy and punch him to death. We'll talk to this guy, get him this thing that looks like the black dragon's dropping. He's really happy. He sticks it into this thing under thing. It starts spinning, and then his globe starts spinning. Apparently that did something.
Wait, mortal. I must explain.
We're not gonna wait for him to tell us what it is, because we don't care. We gotta win this game. We gotta get the Mask of Eternity. I think we're supposed to be getting mass pieces. I don't know. Something like that. So, 3D platforming. A lot of people are good at it. I mean, a lot of people are really good at, like, Mario 64. That previous run was pretty impressive, I must say. 3D platforming. This game doesn't have good, complete 3D platforming. It tries, but ultimately it doesn't. So, I have to do a... Oh, I'm not lined up with it. That. The visual cue for this is pretty obscure. I kind of have to remember which one of these lines on the ground I have to line up with, but this is a really long jump. I had to get all the way to the edge and then jump, and try not to do that and land on that point at the end. This may take me a few tries. We got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a hard jump. That took me a while to really get down. Well, so after this, we're pretty much set to get out of here. There's a button I need to press over here and a couple of mummies that pop up. Luckily the mummies are pushovers, they die in 2 hits. We're gonna kill all of them. Screw mummies. Do a little damage cancel right here. And, you know, I mentioned this game might crash. Surprisingly, it hasn't yet. And usually when I say that, that means it's going to.
A place to use my map. I can magically transport from here.
Right here is a point where it never used to crash before, but now it is. So I'm going to make a save just so I don't waste anybody's time. And we're going to do this, and okay, cool, it didn't crash. Sweet. So that's the portal to the Barren region, the next part of the game, which is the titular and
Alas, in what
quintessential
scorching land have I found myself?
fire area. So there's all these
'Tis beyond my reach.
crystals on the ground. I'd like to pick up at least 5 or maybe 4, because there's some monsters here that are actually going to try to kill me. We'll see it. We'll see them eventually. All these like red ants and these things that pop out of the lava and shoot fire at us, and there's some dwarves over here too. All that, you know. Probably crashes from new Windows updates. Yeah, it tries to patch your Windows 10 installation with a Windows 98 update. Tries to patch itself into a proper game. So there's some dwarf guys over here. We're gonna sit over here and hide from them. I'm gonna take a couple steps forward. This guy's gonna see me. His buddy can't, so he's gonna start shooting him, and inadvertently he's gonna start shooting his buddy. Quite literally to death. Poor guy. And he's gonna He's gonna try to shoot me, but it's gonna be futile, so I'm just gonna snipe him from behind the side of the mountain. Take his healing items. Okay, so we need to get inside this place. This is the dwarf fortress. So what we do is we go on this lock, flip into the wall, take a step forward, go into first person, back up twice or so, and then do a backflip, and land up on top of it. And that works because there's another mountain slant over there where when Connor backflips, he just kind of follows it up. And, you know, fire is kind of hot, but fire that's close to a... Going with my instinct on this, by the way, because I might jump too far. Fire that's right here, nah, doesn't bother you. No biggie. So go right here, flip into the wall, walk through, and we're in. So there's some lady over here. She's like a queen or damsel in distress, but Connor's not a knight. I don't think he's a knight. It's kind of just this guy. So we don't care about him. Or we don't care about her, pardon me. We don't care about him either, but we're controlling him, so. We're going to clip into this wall, which is a multi-layered wall, mind you. And we're going to operate this puzzle, if I got close enough. There we go. And then through this thing opens up and we get a pipe valve. What do we need, or a pipe cap. What do we need the cap for? Well, we're going to see in a moment. There's one also inside of this wall, or in here. Locked. Just kidding. So we're going to look at the lady for a second. There she is. We don't care about her. She looks really sad. Actually kind of angry. And we don't need an angry lady with us. So we're going to go past her, and then we're going to clip into this wall. And this wall is where we're going to get our first piece of the mask. Finally, we're in like, what, the 5th area? 4th? 5th? I lost count. And we're finally going to get a piece of the mask. Alright. You have a Zelda sound. Here it is. Do 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 do.
A piece of the mask.
Do 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 do. Uh-oh.
Belongs to Lucreto, underling. Give it to me.
To the contest.
It's not King's Quest. Shh. King's Quest trademark. He becomes a king. At least he would if they had made a sequel to this. And it actually means something. Oh, anyways. Safety's sake, I'm gonna shoot our good dwarf buddy right here with a bow through the wall. It's not necessary, but like I said, safety's sake. Another safety save as well. Because there's a dwarf over here with a hammer, and a hammer does a lot of damage. So yeah, got to put both those caps on there and then operate that button from far away. If I move in the wrong way, I won't be able to use the button. Yeah, needs more crashes. Yeah, Swan, you know. You know.
This is a free land, sure.
They might happen. We never know. So we go in from the fireplace. We need to cool down, so we go to the ice place. Another kind of iffy execution right here, where I have to do a long damage cancel. So you walk forward, pull out the bow, and then put it away. Use the bow because it has a longer iframe duration. And so tanking the damage from the swamp was kind of hard earlier. Now we're gonna just tank this whole river or lake right here, frozen lake. Normally what you're supposed to do if you casually play through the game is that lady that was locked in the jail cell is the queen of these like blue people that are over there. I think they're like snow. I don't know what they are. And there's these the birdmen that are really uptight because their leader has been kidnapped and they think that they did it. So, or they've been driven crazy or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I casually played this. And you're supposed to find a way over there, and they have a way to do it. It's this crystal dragon. The crystal dragon is an animate because they think they need some kind of MacGuffin or something. I don't know. And only she has it, or they stole it from them or something. I don't know. Either way, we just completely skip that and just tank the damage by eating healing items. So we kill that Yeti guy right there. We dodge his two friends. We purposely don't kill the other one over there, and because you need that for a certain thing. It's gonna happen in a moment. Act Batman and climb this wall with a hook. You just stop attacking me. Yeah. When you're in a animation like that, the rope and hook and whatever, things will stop attacking you because you pretty much get removed. But also, I assume that you're talking about the Mask Guardian sort of guy, who's like a clone of the final boss. Yeah, he's a little glitchy and he won't actually come in and try to kill me. You'll see that a lot more later. So we do that cool takedown right there, and the crossbow can pop up in a couple random places. Luckily, that's probably the best place where it can pop up. So we're going to do what I consider to be the coolest execution in the game. So we're going to clip in here, go up against the wall, turn Connor's back to it, backflip, hit F1, which brings up the tooltip help guide, hold the modifier button, move the camera up, and there's a lock right here we use the key on, and then we use the key from underneath it, because you can use items and interact with stuff while that tooltip thing is up.
I must return to my flock and bring them to order.
Aye, Your Majesty.
So there's Birdman. He goes off and does Birdman stuff. Probably tries to become a lawyer or attorney at law. You go over here, and there's a Yeti guy right here that does a takedown. You flip him over, kill him. There's this guy named Thork,
Die, mortal.
who's guarding the
You, Thork.
part of the piece of the mask. So we just ignore him. Go over to this door, open it up. We disappear from Thork's view because I don't know.
Tis a bad place
Reasons.
for such a wide gap.
And then you need to make a lever to open up the gate. Out of first person for a second.
I have an idea.
So we're gonna take this icicle, melt it, form it into that. Turn the camera around. It's stuck on stuff. Uh-oh. Oh, Thork's coming at me. Watch out. Pick up the ice crossbow and then freeze it.
Success.
Aha! Teaching aqua physics here. Teaching chemistry to kids. The Thor's going full hog on me right now, and we're just gonna ignore him. He's gonna go run around in circles and reset back into place.
I hope to not break.
And that's gonna open up, and we're gonna disappear. He's too big to come in here after us, so he's gonna run in circles. He's just really, really, really confused. So there's another one of those final boss clone guys right here, except he's frozen. And Connor's gonna punch him. It's gonna show it in 3 different angles because Connor's a badass. And then it's gonna open up the chest to get another mask piece. But watch out! He comes back and forms himself. It all looks really cheesy and really Gumby.
The mask belongs to my master. It will not aid you.
'Twill not aid you either.
But much like the previous one, he just does nothing. In fact, this one's even dumber than the other one in that if you get right up to him, he won't even attack you. Beefy guy punch. You know, that's a good enough time to mention that throughout this whole run, I don't pick up any weapons. There are weapons you can get. You can get a dagger at the beginning of the game. You can get a sword. You can get a flame sword here. In fact, the only weapons that we do pick up, obviously, are the crossbow and the flame bow. The only 2 you really need. That means that at the final part of the game, we are going to be punching the final boss in the face to death. For the most part. So, we're heading up to the, past all these Yetis. There's the 2-headed, let's call it a Hydra. I think that's what it is. And you're supposed to do this thing where you kill it and all this other stuff. Who cares? Let's just clip into the wall. Leave it. Kingsfield Quest. That's a good way of putting it. Clip in through here. And now we're heading out to Paradise Lost. Get ready, guys. This is the longest part of the game. Don't. Got stuff to do. I suggest. Well, you might be able to actually cook a full baked potato in an oven. Come back and I'll only be halfway done. Just kidding. This is all we have to do is walk up to this place, stick this thing on here, and this guy pops up, and we teleport over to the realm of the sun.
Hail, champion eternal, thou hast completed thy worldly tasks. Thou art now prepared for entry to the realm of the sun. Behold.
There's a lot of context for this realm of the sun place. Alright, here's a cutscene. Hopefully it won't freeze. If it does, I'll explain what happens. Oh sweet, it didn't freeze. Nice. The run I did earlier, it did. Thinking the glory that is this wonderful cutscene. You can watch this awesome takedown scene right here. Alright, so Realm of the Sun Part 1. This place is scary. This is the whole reason why I grabbed so many of these healing items, primarily the life waters. These guys here do a lot of damage, but the worst monsters are these Medusa heads, or Medusa snake things. Luckily I have a strat that's pretty consistent to get around, which is just a backflip over them. There's a certain angle you can actually just straight up like jump over them, but man. So anyways, get past all these guys. There's a one of these things here that I usually like to get because the next area is even more harrowing.
I know not the answer. I shall seek it.
So these doors, what you're supposed to do is there's a couple puzzles and areas where you get like a sword, some armor, and some other stuff. And when you do that, you get the answer to that guy's riddle written on a tablet, stone tablet, and of course we just bypass it by clipping into the door. Fun fact about that: you can only do that clip through those doors if you're playing this on Direct 3D. You can play this game on, oh my goodness. You play this on software rendering, 3DFX, and Direct 3D. It will not work on software rendering, and I've never gotten this game to work on 3DFX, so yeah, that took a long time for me to figure out. In fact, it wasn't until this guy named Jim Lau joined my stream, who was a pretty big fan of this game, and wrote something up on the Sierra Help, I think, PC Gaming Wiki, about how to install this game properly and how to get it running properly with this, or on Direct 3D. Yeah, really indebted to him, because otherwise I would not be running this game right now. This game drove me absolutely insane when I was trying to get it to work. It crashed it endlessly. This game has the stigma of, or has the problem of loading the loading screen, where it literally loads a loading screen in the beginning, and it takes a very, very long time because it has to rip files from the CD onto your hard drive and remove files from the CD or from your hard drive. It's a big mess, but luckily this is one installer that I don't know, he either made or found or something like that. Completely alleviates that problem. In fact, it just outright skips that loading screen, so you only have one loading screen. Nifty, eh? Amazing what people can do with this, with crap like this. But anyways, here's another door. Are we gonna just clip through it? Heck no. We're gonna jump over it. I got lucky with this earlier. I don't know the exact angle for this, so I always just try to YOLO it. There we go. And I usually get lucky. So you may have noticed there's 5 parts of the mask. We only have 3. It's cool. We're gonna get the last 2. And Connor gets a helmet for some reason when he puts the mask on the Walter. And there's our final boss. That's Lucreto. It looks just like his clones. So instead of facing him mano-a-mano, face to face, we're gonna go over here to where he can't see us, punch him, and then look over here and start punching over here, hit him. I'm gonna go into third person as well because this is humorous. Yeah, because we jumped over that and didn't talk to that guy that's outside, we actually don't load the room in perfectly. And what's supposed to happen is this bunch of fire is supposed to pop up on either side of the altar, which has a triggered death that insta kills you. So instead, we just take advantage of the fact that there's no triggered death anywhere, and yeah. Yeah. Knock him out, man. I actually just discovered that you can punch that guy like that a couple days ago. We're practicing for this marathon. He will actually hit me if I stay close to him, so I have to kind of go over here. This is so amusing to me. Just... it's punching air, but I'm hitting him. So good. So he's got 3 phases right here. We get to the last phase. And this is humorous. He just pulls a sword out of nowhere, looks around, sticks it back in his pants. I should say there's actually a Easter egg item that you can get called the apple, which actually puts Connor into a birthday suit where he's butt naked, but all he has is a little crappy looking low res Mask of Eternity covering his junk. I was gonna ask to see if we could do that, but since we're running behind, I was like, you know what? It takes like a good minute or 2 to kind of get it, so I was just like, whatever. Maybe another time. So anyways, here's Lucreto. Oh sweet, I single cycled him. Nice. That's time. So the way that fight works is that Lucreto will sit there and start shooting fireballs at you from a distance or poke you with his matchstick when he's up close. Both of those with Connor at level 20 with his normal stock armor. Now he's full armor. And punching glove hands. Pretty much insta-gives them. So the way to beat him is to just exploit the fact that when you move you have slight iframes. And so you kind of get up to him, punch him. If you get lucky, he staggers back. By the way, that's King Graham on the right. Looks just like him, doesn't it? Call up Josh Mandel, say, hey, there's your guy. And so when the second time when you have to hit him again into the portal, I just do single steps back, which works. And then I keep punching him and hope that I get lucky. And luckily you guys get to see the final cutscenes. There you go. I had to describe that earlier. That's Mask of Eternity. For what it's worth. Last game that Roberta Williams ever worked on. And she even threw her name on it. I'm proud. Just kidding. Thanks Trashathon for having me. I'm glad I could show you guys this game, because the speedrun is absolutely ridiculous. The game didn't crash miraculously. I'm very surprised by that. Shoutouts to the King's Quest speedrunning community. Unfortunately, nobody there aside from maybe one other guy, and even he's a little hoy on it. Pretty much, I wouldn't say hates, but has a lot of disdain for this game. I am in that camp, but I love the speedrun, so take that as you will. Thanks for having me, and yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, when you said the game was the black sheep of the King's Quest series, I had my doubts, but the speedrun was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it's something else, man.
All right. Thanks for coming. Yeah. It was a good run, and we were happy to have you.
All right, man. Thank you.